My career originally started in sales and definitely more of the administration sort of realm many years ago. It moved into operations management, and that's currently where I am now. So I'm now head of operations for an insurance company. Really, there was a couple of different options, and for me it was around the practical sense. And then when I contacted AIB as well, and they spoke me through the process, and I got material and I looked at the subjects as well. The subjects seemed different to what others had on offer. They seemed more intriguing. There was less, I guess, again, back to my previous comment about being rigid and sort of old school in the sense of that, it was just the traditional, marketing, or they had those solid names, whereas, there was new venture creation, there was entrepreneurship, there was all these fascinating things, and my eyes lit up and my heart led me, and yeah, here I am. Definitely, there's always fears and hesitations. There's always that self-doubt, thinking, am I going to be good enough? Are they going to think I'm silly? This question I have seems so straightforward, but really it became more about talking about different ideas and different concepts and what I thought and what I wanted to do and what I wanted to achieve, and being open and receptive to actually having my ideas challenged, and not challenged from an idea of, I remember one of my lecturers, they were fantastic. They were just like, oh, is it really that way? They weren't rude. And when I started having those conversations, I realized that it wasn't blunt. It was actually just questions. And then I guess how I start applying those questions to myself is, does it always need to be that way? Why does it need that way? So yeah, I think there's definitely those fears, but once you start sort of leaning into the fear and going through it anyway and just pushing through, then you start to really reap the rewards. It has fast-tracked my career, and it was one of, I think, the highlights that people, whenever I'd have an interview. I recently got employed after my MBA, and they were so fascinated to hear what I did and what I enjoyed the most. And I think it really was part of the reason I was employed in my executive role that I've recently obtained. See?